Jump up, jump up, jump up. Worldwide. To the nation. Jump up. Worldwide.
The review I'm doing today.
The Synido Live Dock A20.
This interface, I didn't know what it looked like when I first got it. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, the kids saw it, it's this cheap toy with candy, it looks like a little disco DJ thing. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I'm leaving it there, and it's a good input device into a computer. So in this setup, I'm using a iMac M1, a USB port, some little speakers, the Nembrini MRH810 Marshall SIM, it's Logic Audio DAW. I have, as you can see, some compression, EQ, and the SIM, that's it. As far as signal goes, I have no complaints, no latency. It's almost transparent in a way compared to the two other interfaces I have that require power and all that stuff. And you can use it on an iPad and many more things, for example, type of thing, or even like an iPhone. It has an adapter. And what I like about it is that there is no latency. It works. You forget it's there. You get the job done. And most of all, I recorded on an iPad, an iPhone, MacBook, and I can't tell the difference. I lost, you know, I had to write down what I used when I recorded it. You can see the levels are real low because I put them low on purpose. I wasn't sure if there was noise stuff. I mean, there's nothing. I can't tell this from the Focusrite or from the SSL interface I have. unless I really, it needs, for guitar, it's kind of hard to tell. The Focusrite, you can tell a little bit it's a Focusrite interface. It's very rare, there's simulation going on. But this to me, it reminds me of my Apogee interface with the one knob. My SSL has one knob, by the way. And what's cool about that Apogee was it was just clean, you know, there was no, you know, it wasn't like Bluetooth or something, you know, like API where you could hear coloring. So it was just clean, flat out clean. Long story short, it has 2 inputs, a power supply. You don't need to, you know, it can be bus power. And then, in addition to all that, you have option to play an iPhone in if you want to jam with something, and a mono stereo thing going on. These control the levels overall, and the levels of the mic, the levels input, and this is this is actually a volume knob. When you plug it into your iPad and iPhone, what's really cool is a lot of the more professional devices, they completely take over the sound as the monitor. And in this case, you can actually hear the monitor through the speaker output, the headphone thing, which is cool. I mean, in Logic, I use latency compensation, which basically shuts off what's necessary so there's no sync issues and latency and all that stuff. Sadly, you know, other programs don't have something like this. I didn't check my Pro Tools, so I haven't used it for a while, but in any case, I had no latency with this. But at the end of the day, as an input device, streaming out on the road especially, it's good. It's not pretty. They have a smaller one with the buttons around the side. That's cool. I might be into that. This is as simple as it gets, and I like it a lot. I just really like it. We're very grateful that, you know, we got, I mean, I get stuff, but I'm very happy that, you know, that I got this, because it turned out to be a pretty cool device. Well, you be the judge, because after I recorded it, I basically couldn't tell the difference. I can hear characteristics of Focusrite, SSL really closely, but you can't win the mix, you can't tell the difference. And of course in my mixes, I use all kinds of stuff on my master bus to pump the, you know, the levels up without too much compression, and basically, you know, take some control. There's like Soothe 2, there's all kinds of stuff that depends on what I'm putting it on too as well. I really appreciate them sending me this. After all, even though they send so many people, they didn't even care who, I guess. Maybe I'm one of them, careless, whatever, punk. You do it, you know, see what happens. But I gotta say something though that's really cool. The Nembrini Marshall that I used on the iPad, it sounds the same. It's freaking funny. You can hear the tracks and judge for yourself. I mean, it's the same as if I went into an SSL and the Marshall, you know, the MRH810 or the dual Cali, and this is getting cool. This is getting really cool, and I'm more than 75% sure if you were looking for an interface, $50, and there's a discount, by the way, you can get this. And I'm not into videos like this normally unless I like the product, and I like this. So coming from a studio background, you know, kind of like a seasonable session player, seasonable band player, and I must say that for $50 and plus a discount, this is possibly the only interface you might need if you can't afford an interface or want one that you want to go on the go with that's good enough to match up professional stuff when you get back in the room. Because back in the day, DAT machines and all this other Zoom stuff, it wasn't as clean as this, which is, you know, $50, not 600, 300, 250. I mean, if you like the results I'm getting, then, you know, we're all cool. If you like that, then you can check it out. I'm not trying to win your trust, and I only use this input. I know it's not a good idea to use the guitar input, low Z stuff. For vocals, I have a dynamic mic which I put in there. It doesn't need phantom power because I didn't even look into phantom power or anything like that. But I can say another thing about it that I really dig, and that it's portable and really good for streaming, and as an input device, it's not really an interface. You can't really loop back like it says to hear and monitoring the vocals if there's latency and stuff. I'm not going to say anything more. So I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. So I wish you all the best, and come check out other videos that I'll make, you know, and see what you think.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
While you're here, feel free to check out some of the electroform jewelry by myself and Mia. We also have an Etsy shop, and go ahead and do all that stuff like subscribe and follow us. We hope to see you again in the future.